Hi guys, welcome to Volt Sports. Today let's talk about Manchester United. They have concluded the signing of Ligt for 45 million euros plus 5 million euros add-on, and for Mazraoui for 15 million euros and plus 5 million add-ons. Now they are bringing in a whole lot of players. They brought in Zeski, they probably brought in another defender, Yoro, but he's injured, but he's going to be back after 2 months or so. But if you look at Manchester United now, bringing all these players, people are saying that this man is assembling his Ajax team back. If you look at Martinez, Onana, and now Ligt, even Mazraoui was there for Ajax. Now he's bringing up this team. Now everybody will now say that Hag doesn't have an excuse this season. He should be challenging for the league. But we are going to talk about Manchester United and all the signing they are making. Remember, Fernandes signed a new contract with who will keep him the club in the next 2 or 3 years at that club. So they are organizing the two. They are bringing all their backroom staff, the sporting directors, everything. They're reporting a whole lot. Even Van Nistelrooy, they're reporting a whole lot of coaches. Okay, guys, looking at Manchester United, bringing in Ligt, Mazraoui, and all these players they have brought in. What do you make of Manchester United this season? Do you think first? I'll start with you, Noussair. Do you think first that they can challenge for that league title?
See, the league title is way off Man United. It's a rebuild season. Everybody knows this. I don't know how Man United fans, I don't know how they see football. You sign 1 player, you're going to win Champions League. You sign 2, you're going to win World Cup. You sign 3, you're going to, in short, you're the best team in the world. It doesn't work that way in football. These players need time to gel together. They need time to grow together. And the Ligt coming in after the preseason, which means they didn't have the preseason to play as a unit, which means they'll have to incorporate. I still say this. From the Bundesliga, from Germany, from anywhere you're coming into the Premier League, you need 9 weeks. This is a start we've already worked on. I could give you the link to go check on it. This is a start we've worked on. From the defenders and midfielders, we take 9 weeks. Bruno was just a magic. Bruno Fernandes was a magic signing. Just came in. Even Kevin De Bruyne, he had to take 9 weeks. He was seeing all those glimpses of error, not fitness error. What's it called? Rodri from Man City. You saw him almost a year before he could actually nail his spot and say, oh, he's one of the best midfielders in the world. Casemiro came in and you saw the likes of the errors he made in the first 9 weeks, and towards the end of the season, last season, you saw it. So it tells that these players have not been in the Premier League for long. So if you come to the Premier League, you need time to be in a team. And if you didn't play the preseason with your club, it takes you more time. Now, if you didn't play the preseason with your club, it now takes you from 9 weeks to 12 weeks. That's 3 months.
I like the way you talk about this statistics. I don't know, but if I look at it, okay, let me move to you, John. If you look at it generally for Manchester United, they are buying. Do you understand? He is saying that they need time for them to gel. But we have seen some things like, I'll give you an example. When Jose did it in 2004, he brought in about a couple of 7 to 8 players once and won the league. I'm not comparing.
No, I'm saying that's for Chelsea.
For Chelsea, but I'm saying for Manchester,
a total overhaul in 1 year.
Yes, but I'm saying now for Manchester United. Okay, in last episode we are talking about this. We are talking about Liverpool. We are talking about they are rebuilding too.
Yes.
And Slot needs time. But now, do you think that Manchester United fans can wait again outside top 4 this season if they don't qualify for at least for top 4 this season?
Okay, for me, the way I look at it, you look at the depth on the quality of players you have at the squad. Manchester United have been crying for an overhaul for a couple of seasons right now, and they are just getting what looks to be the overhaul. Starting a few weeks ago when they started from the backroom staff down to the managers working with the core manager, down to the instructors and everybody in the backroom staff. Early in the season, around June, we were criticizing Manchester United for signing these backroom staff before signing the key signings for the summer. And for me, if you look at it, in a way, it's paid off because you have the right characters around Erik Ten Hag to ensure that he has all the support he needs. In that way, tactically and other way, you can look at it. And now they are moving on to the players. Now, let's not forget that this is not going to be a one-season job. It's not going to be a one-season job. So Manchester United fans need to temper their ambition and focus on steadily improving their performances on the pitch. So if you're asking me that should Manchester United be challenging for top 4 or challenging for the Champions or Premier League title this season, it's a no-no for me.
What I'm saying, let's leave the title. We are talking about at least the expectation of fans. You're a big club. They want to see Champions League football. So are you saying that they should actually allow Ten Hag to stay if they don't qualify, they don't do top 4 this season?
See, Man United at some point moved out of Big Six. Now, when I said something about the last episode, I said something about Big Six, finishing sixth. It's not about finishing sixth on the table. You maintain your status as a Big Six club. For some time now, Liverpool for 30 years didn't win the Premier League until Klopp came in and stayed 4 years before touching his first trophy. And in that period, they were still categorized as Premier League's Big Six. Now, we notice that every 10 years, the Big Six change. One small team can just, from nowhere, creep into that position and nail it. Like Leicester, for example. For the past 2 years now, we've been seeing Aston Villa and Newcastle stay in the top 4 position. It's not normal. They are coming to claim the position of Big Six. Now, that status of Big Six, if you look at it, many teams will come in and stay and go. If you look at the Big Eight sometimes, if you talk about Big Eight in Premier League now, Wolverhampton Wanderers is not part of Big Eight. But about 3-4 years ago, they came into that position. They nailed it. Tottenham Hotspur, if you look at the Premier League Big Six, Tottenham Hotspur is not there. But for like 10-15 years now, they've been finishing 4th, 3rd, 5th in the table, which means they are putting themselves in the position of Big Six. So I'm saying Man United under Ten Hag finished off top 6 for some time now. This is their first season, they're finishing 8th. They are finishing 8th. Now, if Ten Hag can steady that ship, bring them back into the fold of not just Big Six anymore, but the top 4. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer had the likes of Fred, Pereira, Scott McTominay starting matches and still finishing 2nd in the Premier League.
So that's why I'm asking. Ten Hag I don't understand the excuse people are trying to make.
Ten Hag now does not have an excuse of not finishing in the top 4. Yes, we're saying the winning the league is way off. It's like saying now. I think Ferguson 4 years did not get on the trophy sheet for 4 years. Then after that, he started getting on the trophy sheet. He started winning trophies. It took time before somebody could challenge him back to back. And who that person was, that person took about 3 years to get his team right to challenge Ferguson. And that's Arsene Wenger. Then
I think Arsene Wenger won in the 2nd year after the 1st year.
He won it like after 2 years. So now look at it. Then Mourinho came in, did a total overhaul. Abramovich magic now. It has worked for some time now. Did a total overhaul and won the Premier League. That was the only time another manager in that fold came in to win. In about 20 years that these two managers, Alex Ferguson and Arsene Wenger, were in charge. And other managers that came to win 1-1. And you see that anytime you look at the title table, it's always Arsenal and Man United and some other 1-1 top. So
what I'm saying is that I understand, but you can't compare the late 90s and do you know why? If you look at the money they spend, most of them we are looking at academy players and just taking small. But now you don't expect, for example, like Chelsea, you don't expect a club to spend $2 billion, and you are telling you are trying to steady the ship. Steadying the ship, at least you have to probably top 6. Probably they might overlook, but probably moving out of top 6, playing conference. I think why Pochettino was sacked, because for them to qualify conference, if they are qualified probably for UEFA Cup, I think probably they might have left him. But probably they saw it as a disgrace for them to be playing on that name. But so what I'm saying that now, look at Manchester United, who they have bought. Zeski, they are striker. Now they are trying to agree a deal for Ugarte. That's a midfielder. They have Fernandes signing a new deal. They have 2 defenders they bought in for almost 100 million euros now. Do you understand? Plus a fullback. Plus they bought a goalkeeper last season. That's I'm talking about 6 players now. They just brought in. So look at Anthony. So you are not. They are spending money. So I think that the expectation of the fans have to increase. So I'm asking now. Now, can you think that Ten Hag? For me, I think the ship is stable.
He's growing a team. It's just what it is.
That's what I'm asking. That do you think that the board can, if he moves outside the top 6, do you think that the board can still have patience with him?
I think for me, you have to have patience with him and patience with Ten Hag, because if you look at the market this summer, they've been pricing managers up and down. They had a conversation with Tuchel and a couple of other coaches. At the end of the day, they figured out that Ten Hag is the best man to take them forward, and they extended his contract, and they're happy with Ten Hag. The fact is that nobody loves to make an investment and not come back and see a result for the investment. Now, if Ten Hag finishes in the top 4 and manages a Carling Cup win, good season, he stays on, they continue. Now, if they drop out of the top 4 with a Carling Cup win, good season in stays. Yes, good season in stays.
If they drop out of top 6,
that's what I'm saying. If they drop out of top 4, finish top 6, and then still carry a Carling Cup one, FA Cup, good season. Let's call it as it is, because that's what's happened at Manchester United last season. Okay, and so they are going to take it as we are building. The squad is not maybe where it needs to be right now. So the fans need to curtail their ambitions. Why? Because you are bringing in these players. These players haven't really adjusted to playing in the Premier League. It's going to take some time, yes. Though you already have, if you look at the squad now, you have a lot of players in the squad. If they just stay fit, they should be able to challenge for a top 4. But on the off chance that they have the same disastrous injuries they had last season, which you're already seeing, talking about 3 players out for upwards of 3 months right now, you know, it's also towing the same line again. So if they have the same disastrous spell with injuries, then I think everybody will need to temper their judgments and demands.
See, injury or no injury, we know Man United. See, this last season, they were reviewing his contract because if we finished with the FA Cup. FA Cup is more...
If you remove that FA Cup, probably would have sacked him.
They probably. Then you look at another option again. Which coach? You're mentioning coaches, Tuchel, Pochettino that was fired from by Chelsea. Which coach in the market now can challenge the likes of Pep?
They have to leave Ten Hag there.
Yeah, you see,
the Zebri was available. Yes.
The who
was available.
The Zebri way ordinary Brighton, you know, he gather himself for Brighton.
And Manchester United are not in the same class, and they are
that
not.
Is why the Zebri is not qualified for the job. They do not have the
same budget. They do not have the same budget. They do not have the same fan base. They do not have nothing on the spec sheet is the same.
That is why the Zebri was not qualified for the job.
You can't use it as a case study to say that because he didn't succeed at Brighton, he can't succeed at Manchester United. He's still a quality coach.
Look at it now. The Zebri could not succeed, could not bring Brighton to a top 8 finish. But Potter used the same team. That same team that the Zebri, it was the Zebri that arranged the team before Potter came in. The Zebri was the coach there that arranged that team. Then Potter came in, used that team to finish top 8. Then allowed some go and brought in some other. The Zebri came back, brought in the ones he brought in, and could not steady the ship and bring them to top 8 finish again.
Same thing.
So I'm just saying, the Zebri cannot be the man. Same
thing with Potter. He did the same thing at Brighton, came to Chelsea and flopped too. So
even the manager that said I was the closest rivalry, the biggest rival to Pep. You understand? The biggest rival to Pep, the biggest club, the biggest coach in the Premier League at the time was Klopp. Yet he could not finish the Premier League even after getting 98 points. Could not win the Premier League. And he only won the Premier League one season out of the 9 years he spent in England. So you're telling me now, in the realm of coaches we have now, we know nobody can challenge Pep. So the other thing is we need a coach like
I disagree.
A coach like Nuno Espirito Santos of Wolverhampton Wanderers to come back and coach Wolverhampton Wanderers to remove points, because that was the only man and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer that took off quality points from Pep in his whole year in England.
And
these were the only 2 coaches.
I think that if you look at taking away points, if a club does its job, for example, if a club like Arsenal or Man U, they win all your game, you win the league. It's always like but
you don't need anybody to take points.
But generally now, if you look at Manchester United now, what we are agreeing now that they need to build, right?
It's a building season.
Top 4, it's okay.
Yes.
Out of top 6, it should go.
It should go. Now it's going to bring an impending loom on Van Nistelrooy's head now, because now the talk is if Ten Hag goes,
Van Nistelrooy have to take over.
That's what it is for crying out loud.
It is not what it is.
But let's look at what it goes, because them bringing a first team coach for Van Nistelrooy and the other coach, Rene, it's probably dicey, because they are doing it once in case Ten Hag goes, they have another replacement that are already built with the team.
Do you know
to
the
take
same
over.
thing happened with
in-house,
and he had to reject the job.
Let's see what happens, because if you look at it now, Manchester United, they bought a whole lot of players. They bought the Ligt, now Mazraoui, they bought a whole lot of Yoro, they bought Zeski, all of them. Probably will be seeing them on Friday when they play. For me, personally, I think that they are ready. They are ready to challenge for the league. But my guys, they don't believe they are ready to challenge Pep. But let's see what Manchester United is going to do. Every club is building. Manchester United is building. Let's hope. For me, I want them to challenge for the league. We are tired of Pep now. Everybody knows you are tired of Pep. He cannot just be winning this league as if it's his property. But let's
They're
come on,
spending
guys.
enough money now on quality.
Okay, guys. Premiership starts on Friday with Manchester United playing Fulham. See you on Friday.